Introduction. It looks like we have a good critical mass, so that's awesome. Thank you.
Okay, so I'm particularly grateful for Professor Summerfield to be present here with us today. Given a difficult time, I appreciate it. And Professor Giovanna Summerfield is an Associate Dean in Educational Affairs at Auburn University. She also served as the Director of Languages across the curriculum program. And among her research and interests are long 18th century French and Italian literature with emphasis on Sicilian writers, religious and philosophical movements, European and Mediterranean history and civilization, and material culture. Dr. Summerfield is also a published poet and story writer. Her favorite theme is Sicily, which is her motherland. Some of her publications include Sicily and the Mediterranean, Migration, Exchange, and Reinvention, and also Scholarship in Action, Communities, Leaders, and Citizens. Some of her awards include the CLA Engaged Scholar, Outstanding Scholarly Achievement in Women's Studies, PETL Award, Auburn University. She is here, her courses include also Italian cinema, music, and art, among other interests that take her to change her teaching endeavors every semester. She's here with us for our Linguistic Future events to share her experience in teaching and directing programs. And she will discuss with us multilingualism, multiculturalism, demand, preparedness, and strategic connections. Thank you and welcome.
Thank you. So I'm going to start with a little bit of a summary, and then I'll go into the details. According to a 2019 report by the American Council on the Teaching of Foreign Language, ACTFL, demand for employees who speak languages other than English is increasing, while there is a current shortage of multilingual employees. Similarly, a 2016 ETS, Educational Testing Service survey on more than 2,700 HR executives showed that their company had encountered alarming shortage in job applicants' intercultural skills. Thus, if the demand is ever so present, why is there a substantial lack of supply? Reading and listening to our national faculty and administrator and the many innovation implemented academic courses and curriculum do not seem to support such a claim. Could and should we then reassess our academic programs, outcomes, and student preparedness? How are we connecting demand and supply, and what tools and methods through traditional and more innovative learning have we been using to validate or discredit such a claim? So I will try this afternoon to unpack some of these findings and guide us through a moment of I guess, a reflection while exploring some of the strategy and connections that I have used and implemented during my years as service at Auburn. I will specifically focus on my ongoing collaboration with learning communities, career service, interdisciplinary studies, as well as international partner institutions and outreach units, while also extending some examples of pedagogical tools and engaging with you all in a Q&A at the end of my presentation. Before I start, I would also like to stress that some of these connections might seem to be tools for I guess a sort of compromise and corruption or delusion of our preparedness goals that for many years might have been highly linked to grad schools and academic posts. As you heard, though I have a very traditional academic upbringing, my grad school mentor and lifelong inspiration, unfortunately passed away 2 years ago, was Dr. William Kalin, who actually graduated from your fine institution at Yale in 1960, so a little bit before I was born, with a specialization in medieval studies. But I would be remiss to ignore the challenges of the academic job market and the varied goals our young students seem to have. So please be receptive to this, as I've been throughout my years as an administrator at Auburn and as a parent of 3 college students. Also, please consider that though these initiatives might seem broad, they include and were created with Italian studies challenges in mind. So I was trying to be strategic for Italian studies as well. The American Council on the Teaching of Foreign Language, ACTFL, recently released what is called the Making Languages Our Business, Addressing Foreign Languages Demand Among US Employers. It's a report that